Hey, how's it going?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah, just like
That's right.
living.
What's up?
Right?
Hello. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
The weather is so dreamy right now. It's like overcast all day, which back in Washington, I used to complain about this, but it's like the best thing here because it never happens. And it's like breezy, cold breezy all day. And it's warm enough to where like if you stay lo outside long enough, you're like breaking a sweat. But it's still like the cold breeze is just unreal. I'm loving spring in Texas.
Let's go. Do you feel the pollen already or not yet?
No, no. Is that like a
Like
bad thing
like
to
like
get
spring,
allergies?
like trees, you like
Yeah,
pollen? Like is there anything like showing
no,
yet that like
no, not on the
normally it's like
cars.
March.
Yeah, maybe a little bit in a couple of weeks. We just had a freeze, I think last week, where everything was like below 32 degrees for a couple of days. So it's like nuking everything week after week every time the freeze comes up. So I
That's
don't think it's been long
frustrating.
enough for the trees and everything to, come alive again.
Right. Keegan, how are you, bro?
I'm doing great, bro. Hold on, let me.
Bro. Like, oh, bro. Bro shaved the hair. You
Ah,
look good,
it
bro.
looks good.
Dude, I
Keegan's
love
so good.
it's so nice. Like waking up, waking up in the morning, just throwing on
Yeah.
whatever, and I don't have to do my hair. I'll never have a bad hair day. Or even when I take a shower, it's just a little pat down, already dry. It's so nice.
That is
I
And like,
love it, bro. You look like an MMA fighter of some sort.
dude,
You
really
look
good.
like you're like
that's what
training
I
in
was thinking.
Thailand.
I've been thinking, shit, I might have to get back into martial arts.
Yeah, you just need some cauliflower ear and you'll be
Oh
literally
God, God
it.
no. God no.
That
I
makes me
wore
consider what if I did that? Like,
No, don't do it, Michael. Don't do
Dude,
it.
cauliflower ear
You have
is
great hair.
nasty. Oh, buzz cut? Yeah, dude. Buzz cut.
all
Bro,
the guys are
Matt,
like, yeah, you should
bro,
do
I
it.
can't
All
be
the
the only
guys,
one I can't be the only one in Costa with a buzz
I
cut.
know. Maybe I
Costa Rica
will
is gonna kill you
mustache and
guys.
shave,
I'm sure you'll
literally.
get enough grow back. You have to tell us, Keegan, how quickly your hair grows back because I'm sure with all the steak and collagen and
Yeah,
healthy food you're eating, your grow back's gonna be really fast.
My hair does grow back pretty fast. Like it's like I'll grow like an inch in like a month and a half to 2 months.
Yeah, you need to like write your recipe down because all the girls are gonna want to know like what's your secret. All the girls I
bro.
know are
They're
struggling
gonna be
to
asking.
Whole Foods.
know. Raw milk,
It's that simple.
bone marrow, bone broth, steak,
Exactly.
that's the deal.
All right. All right, looks like everyone's doing well. We're gonna get this thing rolling. We have a small group today, which is even better because we can be more, we can go deeper, like all of us. So that'll be cool. And then for the people that are watching, thanks for watching. Um, so yeah, thanks for hopping on the call, everybody. Today we're gonna talk about we're gonna do like a little story time. Gemma and I are gonna go, and then since we have a small group, we can probably all talk too. um, a little more in detail. But yeah, Wellness Mavericks is a group of like-minded young people that get on a call every week on Mondays. And we go over and we talk all things health and wellness and goals and life and mindset. We talk anything really growth related. And so that is who we are and what we're doing. I think the goal when we started and still is to like inspire people and to just like have community of people that are like wanting to grow and wanting to do better and just in all areas. And so, yeah, like I said, specifically for young people. So really cool that we've been doing it for a couple months now. And it's sometimes we have a huge group, sometimes it's a smaller group, but every time it's really cool because we've been here every single Monday and we're not planning on stopping. And so it's definitely a blessing. So if y'all are watching or even just on here right now, thank you for coming to the calls and like being a part of the group. because community is so important and it's hard sometimes with people traveling and just like schedules to get on a call at the same time and like talk about life and like talk about like doing better. Um, and so yeah, that's who we are. It's March, so happy March to everybody. This month we're talking about athletic training and recovery the whole month. We have 5 Mondays this month, so we have a lot of good stuff we're going to go over. We are going to touch on a lot of different things in the athletic training and recovery realm. Starting with today, it's going to be, like I said, like a story time where Gemma and I are going to kind of like share a little bit of like athletic story on our end where kind of we've been inspired or where it started to hopefully kind of like yeah, like inspire some people. And then we're going to talk about maybe a couple practical steps and kind of like what we do day to day. Just kind of like our routine, how we got there. Yeah, personal stories and stuff like that. And so how we got there and yeah, like what we're training for right now and just kind of like the life that we've started to live. And the thing is no one told us to do these things. These are things that all kind of just trickled in our product now. And we're still like reforming, or what's the word? Conforming. I don't know what the word is.
Evolving.
Yeah, yes, that's perfect. We're still evolving and like getting better at our routines and schedules and like who we want to be as athletes, how we want to recover, how we want to take care of ourselves. A lot of it's like longevity. And so it's going to be a simple, like, we have 5 Mondays this month on this topic. So tonight's going to be like a really simple story time on like kind of where we started. And then we're going to talk about some other cool things at the end. So, Gemma, I think I said everything right.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah, that
can
was a
share.
beautiful opening. Love it.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
I want to kind of dive into a short personal stories of like athletic history and athletic pursuit. So I shared a few questions in the chat box here, and we're going to share them in the Instagram group chat and then the messages group chat after this call for people who are watching the recording. So y'all can answer these as many or as few as you want and as deep as you would like to go. So that way we can approach this month with the most amount of awareness about each other's goals, and get clear on our own personal goals as far as fitness goes and have a moment of awareness about where you've come from and where you are now today and where you intend to be in the future. So we had a week where we did like vision setting, goal setting, intention setting at the beginning of this year, but I think we need like a little bit of a refresher as far as personal fitness goes because that ebbs and flows and changes very often with people, whether it comes like injury or accessibility to equipment or availability of time, or if you're with people, maybe you need to do something socially. So because that can change all the time, I kind of want to share how I got into fitness. It started with a group of friends who were doing like rock climbing and group fitness. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get into fitness because you guys are doing it. This is the first thing after like high school, middle school, sports, dancing, soccer, that type of deal. So started doing that. And then another group of my friends started doing bodybuilding. And I'm like, I'll do bodybuilding with you guys. Happened to be that it came really easy to me and my body just snapped into it. And I did incredibly well. I did 2 bodybuilding shows when I was 18 years old, which is not really heard of for women to do. And I did very well in them. I hope the wind isn't interrupting this too bad. But it also gave me a foundation of training that wasn't sustainable for females. And because that was important to me, with my personal value system and the people that I'm around, my community, my network of my support system also, I wanted that to be a priority as well. And bodybuilding didn't give me a permission to do that. So because that's important to me, I pulled back there and started doing training at home in my garage. And that pushed me to look at things like how do I become an athlete without bodybuilding training equipment, and do it in my garage, do it when my friends come over, do it with my parents. Like how can I do it in multiple ways? So I've been learning over the past few years of how to do that, taking training courses from people, asking experts, talking to chiropractors, buying tons of books and stuff like that. So that's pushed me to understand a lot more about the body. Right now, I actually started a course yesterday, working with a movement guy that's like one of the best in the world on um, getting people from injury or like disfigured forms of movement to like the best in the world within a very short period of time, like making you a world-class tennis player within 2 years if you've never even picked up a tennis racket. That's the kind of performance therapy he does with people, which is really next level, and I'm really excited to work with him. So that's where it came from. My intention right now is to be a fluent athlete. I mentioned that at the beginning of the year as one of my personal goals. Um, to be a fluent athlete and a fluent in my body in any form of movement. If I need to dance, I can dance like the best on the dance floor. If I need to run, I can do it incredibly well. If I need to throw something like a basketball or a spear, I can do it really well. Like anything that comes my way, I want to be able to do it incredibly well. So that's my pursuit right now. And I think that's going to be a lifelong pursuit. This is the first time I've come across a training style that says it's going to give me the ability to do that. And I see people who have applied this training style and actually come out being able to do any form of performance with like top athlete performance style ability. So that's where I've been. That's where I'm at right now, and that's what I'm looking to do in the future. This coming Sunday, I'm doing a 6 mile Spartan race with 25 obstacles with a group of friends. So a lot of my fitness goals are surrounded but socially, like social accountability within them and trying to go to the next level with people in my circle, which I think is really cool because it's been a priority for me to surround myself with athletically driven people and to be able to do big competitions like that and challenge each other, compete with each other, and then cross the finish line together, I think is going to be really cool. Um, and that's what I'm looking forward to this week as far as fitness goes. This week and this year.
That's so good. When you do it with friends, it changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes everything. That's really good. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I'll do a quick little like kind of like debrief on my kind of story and where I started and how I kind of got into it. But yeah, it started when I was younger. I really wanted to get a car, and so when I got a car, I was able to start going to the gym and working out. I was really skinny, and I wanted to work out. I was like really skinny, and I was like, I want to like have like a good like body. Like I don't want to look like I don't know. At first, it was like all physical, and yeah, so I just started working out consistently, and that was the only like thing for me. It was kind of shallow, but I didn't really want to like look how I looked, and so I started working out and gaining muscle. I think I just like had like a later like um growth spurt too. I started working out as like 16, 17. So I think it just took a couple years anyways, but I'm starting to now see like results from the couple years of work I've put in. So that was kind of like past tense. After that, I've gotten to some other things like running and just like other things in that nature in sports. And now my goals have shifted the past probably like year or two, have shifted totally to like longevity. So now it's not really about um I feel like I've hit like a certain type of physique that I like. And so there's always room to grow. So like I'm working out still daily. But now I'm thinking longevity. So things like stretching are really important. And I do them when I can. I should do it more. But things like stretching and things like working out every day. But my goal now isn't to really excel in one area, especially because I'm not in college or I'm not doing anything like that. It's really like a well-rounded approach for me personally. Like my goal is to be able to do any sport and to be able to do it well. And so like if it whatever it is, but if it's like soccer, if I'm playing soccer for the day, if it's doing something like going for a run, if it's hitting the gym, if it's swimming, biking, you know what I mean, football, it could be like anything. Like I want to be able to like do them all. I don't want to be a person who's like, oh, I can't do that. Like my vision right now is longevity. So it's like sustaining that physique and growing it, but also like actual longevity. Like I want to like look back and be like, wow, I really did a lot of things Like it wasn't ever a moment where it was like I was too scared to try something, or I was like too afraid to like do something because I wasn't good at it. Like I'm willing to like I now call myself like an athlete in any range because like I'll try any sport. Like I'll go like I don't like basketball really at all, but like if people are going, like I would absolutely go and go play, and I would love it. Like it would be a great time, and I would do it. It wouldn't be like my first pick, but like I'd go do it because I'm an athlete. I can like I have like my mindset shifted to where like I know I can play anything, and I feel like that's where it started is in the mind. Um, for my personal story. So right now I'm working on um I've got a half Ironman that I'm doing in September actually with like I think Ethan's on the call and Keegan's doing it
Let's
too.
go.
So
All
um
three of you guys are doing it?
I just busted my headphones out. Yeah, so anywho, moral of the story is doing it with friends is really cool. Doing it with friends. I did a there was a really cool half iron or half like marathon we did last year, and that was with all my buddies, and that was really fun doing things like that, like with your friends, doing hard things. I think that makes everything so much more enjoyable. Like when back in Michigan, Keegan and I work out, I mean probably at least once a week when I'm back in town. If I'm with Ethan ever, if I'm with any of my friends, like we just incorporate working out, and it's not because like we're all just like gym rats. It's not like, but it's just kind of like something that's been like pushed into our schedule. And so like even like right now I'm out of town, but like I'm still working out every morning with the people I'm with. And so like wherever you are, if you just like set that consistency, that's like, oh, it's who I am. Like I'm an athlete. It doesn't matter where I am. Like, like if there's like a place to do pull-ups, we're gonna figure out and do it. There's a place like you can do push-ups anywhere. You can do like I think it's getting over like for me at least it's been getting over like having to have everything in order with a gym. Like
Mm-hmm.
we can do this anywhere. And so when you take over that, the whole thing I'm trying to explain is if you could take over that thing of like a mindset of like I'm an athlete, so this is what I do. When you're that type of person every day, you just figure out how to make it work. So that's like the one thing I'm really trying to like emphasize is that like you could just like make it where you're an athlete, like you have to make it work, right? So whatever that is, like this morning, like we're doing like push-ups and like we have these like dumbbells and like that's it, and like a jump rope, and we're like figuring it out, doing a random outdoor X. Yesterday we were like doing pull-ups off like this gazebo type of thing. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. It's just like that's what makes it fun because I'm with my friends and like we're doing it together. And even if I was by myself, like I would still make it work. I'm an athlete. Like it's just who I am as well. You know what I mean? So I hope that like it makes sense or inspires somebody. But um yeah, longevity is what I'm going after. Consistency and working out with my friends. And that's like been incredible. So that's kind of my story.
I think also when you incorporate training with your friends and then it becomes the reason it becomes a fundamental part of your friendship is because training creates chemical bonding with people. That's why you have like a certain unspoken relationship with people that you train with at the gym that you never speak to. You're just like, we're always in it together. You always see them,
Wow.
you never talk to them. It will naturally, it creates a certain production of hormones, but the people you're with, that accomplishment, that strength building, the seeing progression, it builds a different kind of community. You become like blood brothers, like they say, in a way, but with anybody that you're involved with.
Does that apply for going on like walks too? Because I think that's a form of workout
Yeah.
too. Going on
The thing is,
walks.
it produces oxytocin and it lowers cortisol. So it creates a nervous system. Your nervous systems get into sync with each other. When that
It's
happens,
so
that's what
sick.
creates bonding. Yeah,
I love going on walks with my people. It's so fun.
it
Keegan,
is.
we went on a walk the other day with
Mhm.
Luke. That was
Yeah,
a good walk.
that was a good one.
Dude, we were all synchronizing our stuff. That was awesome.
Awesome. I want to hear from y'all what are your guys' either where you've been with your training or athletic performance or fitness or movement, whatever, where you're at now and what you're looking to accomplish in the next year or life. Like what are you looking at? What are you feeling like that pursuit is for you?
I'll go because I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to be on the call.
Yeah.
But I would say right now I've been, or I guess like long term wise, how it's been is I had goals and I wanted to achieve them. Like I ran a marathon, and looking back, I don't think I should have because my knee still hurts every day from it because I wasn't properly trained and I hurt it. So I've been going off. Before I was just like doing objective based goals, and sometimes you aren't always completely prepared for that, and it can. I mean, it's very good for your mental, but it can hurt you in other ways.
Right.
So as of recent, I've been doing a lot of um, just how my body feels. I don't really have an exact plan. I mean, if I want to do cardio today and I want to go on a run or a long run, then I'll do that. And if I don't, then I won't, and I'll go work out in a different way. I'll go do like some calisthenics, and that's what I've really been into recently is other ways that train other parts of your body compared to just normal weightlifting, which I still do, but I don't do as regularly. I recently got a gym membership last or a little while ago for a climb gym because there's three around me, so I can go to whatever one I want. And I've been climbing a lot, which is I can tell like full body workout is exercising my not just my muscles but my tendons and stretching them as well. It also involves a lot of stretching, so I think I'm getting stronger in places
So good.
that could normally don't get trained, say just lifting weights, in my opinion. um,
Yeah.
Same with, and I've been doing a lot of calisthenics as well, kind of getting, and I still weight lifts, or sorry, lift weights, which is very important. But I've been doing a lot of calisthenics, climbing, still running, but I've backed it down quite a bit just because that injury, just because I wasn't doing it based off how my body feels and what it's ready for, and if it's recovered or rested. I was doing it off goal orientated, just which is good to a degree, but I was doing things even though I wasn't fully prepared for them. And you don't need to be fully prepared, but I definitely wasn't where I should have been taking on a larger task and goal. But still glad I did it, if that makes sense. But I've been going off how my
Yeah.
body feels, training it in irregular ways.
That's really cool. That's really cool that you say that because sometimes goals can be like goals are important. That's what we're talking about tonight too, even. But the wrong goals or like goals that are just gonna hurt you or overtrain you or overwork you just to like say it or just to, like because it sounds appealing. Like a marathon sounds super appealing to say, but like when you look into it, that's a lot of work and like the pain that that can cause is a lot. So having those right goals, that's a really good point. And then doing what your body feels, but still doing, not like bailing on a workout, like, oh, I don't want to work out today type of thing, but like, oh, I don't want to run cardio, like I'll just get a different type of workout in. Like that daily,
Exactly.
like doesn't matter, like, okay, like yeah, I'm not gonna run, but like I am still working out, I'm moving my body. That right there is the key. Like moving your body every day, so important. Like really, even it could be simple too. It really could be simple. I like even like walking every day, really would be like amazing for you. I think in some areas for people, it'd probably be better than going to the gym, especially for people that don't really know what they're doing in the gym, like lifting weights and kind of just like kind of walking around. I mean, I don't know if y'all would agree with that, but sometimes I feel like that would be even better for people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think train outdoors or walk outside. Like it's incredible. But then also getting things
Yeah.
like stretching, moving your body in all ranges of motion. That's like from like sitting down to standing up, so multidimensional, front to back. So like walking forward, walking backwards is also great for knee health, and being able to move side to side. So like spreading your arms out and turning all the way. You don't really get deep into that when you're just walking, but being able to use all of those ranges of motions regularly gets spine into every, or it gets oxygen into every vertebrae of your spine, and that's really important for longevity. That's why people say like,
That's
oh,
so cool.
yoga is so good or stretching is so good, is because getting oxygen into areas you won't get through running or walking. And that's why like rock climbing
Whoa,
is so primal, because it hits everything. It hits all the things that
so
not
sick.
you don't have to think about, oh, I need to stretch this deep part of my back. It's like you're using it. You don't have to think about it. In order to survive, like in order not to fall, you have to use that muscle. So that's why it's like
So sick.
primal. It's such a cool sport.
It simplifies it so much too because you just go and you
That's
know
so
you're working
cool.
everything out.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it's one of those things like sprinting, climbing, hunting. Those are like all primal things for us to do to survive. So it's things that if we get really good at them and we can avoid injury or pain in them, we're ultimately primed to survive in any environment. And that is what an athlete is being able to survive in all environments.
It's so sweet.
Swimming is also that other thing.
Yes. Thanks for sharing, E. That was really good, bro.
Like
It's
that.
really good.
Sorry,
Keegan, what you got?
what was the question again? I was just thinking about rock climbing and kind of I
What's
want to
your
get into it.
Yeah, it's so good. That's actually where I started, rock climbing. I got a job at a gym belaying kids up a wall.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Where did you start in fitness? Like, what's your history been? Where are you at right now? And what are you looking at in the future? Has there been any change, or has it been the same beginning to end? Yeah, what's that like trajectory look like for you?
So I guess the beginning would be seventh grade. Like and back in middle school, I was just kind of like sick of, like feeling skinny and like I was one of those gamer kids that wore all day I game shirts. You know what I mean? Like I used to
That's hilarious.
I play Fortnite and all that. Like I would drink DPs and eat like peanut butter M&Ms every single day, and it was just like I just felt like crap. So I just started going to the gym, and like my first time going, I just fell in love with it and just dedicated my whole entire uh I guess that year to lifting, and it's just like I noticed a difference and I just kept on going and going, and I guess like that's where I started, and that experience evolved today because I guess that's just what I want to get into, like for career wise. Like I guess like doing doTERRA, like helping others with their health, like as I help with mine, like going to the gym and using the oils, and it's just like get into like ways where I can help other people with their fitness is I guess that's what with that. My current athletic goals is lean bulking. I'm on a lean bulk to 155. Currently 144 right now, but I've been eating a lot of protein um over my body weight, and I've been just tracking macros and calories, which I guess really help because I haven't done that before. And I realized that I was just not getting enough protein in or enough carbs, enough fats in my diet. So I started tracking, and it's really helped. And I don't have a scale here, unfortunately. So I'm just kind of like based on how I feel, and I feel like I've gained some weight, which is good. And also with the half Ironman, I that's one of my fitness goals because this is going to be like my first like ever I guess competition. I've never done like a 5K marathon or anything else. I'm just getting straight into it, half Ironman. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I plan on training with Michael all summer, swimming, running, biking. It's gonna be fun. Um, yeah, and I'll be driven to become better. And I mean, I guess I am driven become better because I just know that like there's not a limit to like your fitness, I guess. Like you can be better every single day. So that just kind of like drives me to be better is knowing that there's not a limit to where I can be. And I can with that. And sorry, what was the other questions?
There's a million of them. I mean, there's like 10 questions. You
I'm
can
trying to
answer any of them. Um,
see.
I like that your goal is to help other people. I think that's
Mm,
really interesting.
Yeah.
And it speaks to like learning a lot about yourself through the process and being willing to use what you've learned to help other people.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like I know many people who go through difficult things and they end up once they've overcome it and found the tools to overcome it and used it time and again with their family and friends, they're like, "Oh, the world needs this solution." And when you're able to provide that in your own story format and your own way,
Yeah.
like you're offering your medicine to the world. And I think that's part of what we're doing with Wellness Mavericks is like actually sharing this with young people, but being able to share with anybody at any age, at any time, in any setting. It's like you're building a tool bucket for yourself that you can fix anybody anywhere
Mhm.
you go. We're like the this I think like the doctors of the 2000s. Like we're not going to be what the old version of medical system and healthcare system has been. What we're doing within like doTERRA community, fitness community, Wellness Mavericks, it's going to be the wellness healthcare people of the future, the doctors of the future. It's going to be people like us, I believe.
True.
Right on.
That's good.
Thing to say, a big thing to say, but that's what I believe.
No, it is. There's a wave going right now, and it's like I think it's like slowly starting, but it's gonna be a big wave soon. So it's pretty cool. Ev, what do you have?
Uh, um, I think when I was like growing up, I was like pretty athletic. I was in sports and stuff, and then I ended up getting a few concussions in like middle school, high school. So that kind of stopped me from like being athletic. And but then when I moved to Hawaii, I was doing CrossFit here and there, but I didn't fully like love it. So I think it's like an area that I definitely can grow in. Like right now, I mean, I'm walking a lot and like trying to run and stuff, but I definitely have a lot of insecurities, I feel like, when it comes to like being athletic. Um, yeah. So I think it's like a mindset shift thing that just needs to happen for me and just the way that I'm like thinking about it and approaching it. But definitely something I want to grow in and be better at.
I love that. I think that's really cool of you to say as a girl, like to have had a history of being an athlete, growing up as an athlete, and you know that concussions. It's interesting because you said concussions was your injuries that got you out of being an athlete, and it's a mental shift that needs to happen to get you comfortable with athleticism again. It's like is the problem is where the injury happened. It's really interesting because that's like there's a form of medicine called German New Medicine, and it talks about when you experience an acute point of trauma, it's localized to an area of your body. And that area of your body also holds an emotional impact that you can carry chronically or resolve immediately. So, say like you got your concussion on your head and it was related to athleticism. That is also keeping you from entering back into athleticism.
That's
Another,
actually crazy.
yeah,
That's actually crazy.
it's another example is like when a female has a miscarriage, the way for her to heal that trauma is actually to deliver a baby, healthy baby. That is a way for her to heal the emotional trauma of a miscarriage. Makes
Mhm.
sense? Like the way to heal the trauma of a concussion that kept you from athleticism is to obviously heal that part of your mind, but also to engage in gentle athleticism that your body feels safe in. And because it's all registered on a nervous system level. And the fact that you're a female and saying that, I think is really interesting. I don't know. I work with females, and it's very rare that girls enter into being athletic or taking care of their bodies with intent that isn't driven by physical appearance, which is actually why I got into bodybuilding. It was because of friends, but I also did it because of physical appearance was my core drive, and getting out of that industry and pursuing athleticism as a form of like being able to move in every environment because I want to like have fun with friends as opposed to look good all the time or being the best looking person in the friend group. Like that's not, it's a selfishly driven goal instead of being able to just do whatever you want in any environment. That was a switch that I had to make. That was my psychological change. So yeah,
It's so good. That's really good. Thanks for sharing, both of y'all. That's wild. I had no idea. Didn't know that.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, we have a really late comer. Someone just joined. I think
oh
we're,
yeah,
yeah.
we're wrapping up.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you guys for sharing.
well,
That was so beautiful to actually hear everybody's
That
like
was
where you
sweet.
guys are at, because we don't share personal stories very often.
That's really cool. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining in, everybody. Um, yeah, this week we're like I said, we're talking about athletic training and recovery. So it'll be stuff like this all week, but really just to like reiterate, we're a group of young people that get on a call every week and we're about growth and just doing better and having like a community, even though we might not all be in person together at the same time. Like it's just like something really cool about having a community of like-minded people that we can like talk to and like share ideas and like yeah. So that's who we are. That's what Wellness Mavericks is. We've got a retreat coming up this end of summer, I believe. We're still nailing it down. So keep your ears posted. Keep your keep your eyes and ears open for things. But we're still playing it out. But it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a really cool retreat. So that's pretty much all I have. But y'all are awesome. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, so good to hear from everybody. You guys are amazing, and I'm inspired.
Yes,
It was
me
good.
too.
All right, guys. See y'all next
Thanks.
week.
Bye.
See y'all. All right, take care, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.